Hello everyone, welcome to Opportunity Attacks. This is episode 23 of our D&D actual play of Keep on the Borderlands. If this is your first time tuning in, you may want to start in episode 1 for context. The link is in the description below. Please like and subscribe so you will know when our next episode will be uploaded. If you've made it this far, I salute your dedication. I think it's time for a real quick update to freshen you up on the story. The heroes went to Olka to help their old mentor Bernard, who was having goblin problems. They tracked the goblins down to an abandoned building in the middle of the woods, which they were headquartered out of. After killing all the goblins, they found a note on the goblin leader. The note was instructing them to disrupt trade with Olka and the Keep on the Borderlands. After reporting their success to Bernard, they then went back to the Keep to tell someone about this note. They spoke with Talbot, the captain of the Keep on the Borderlands, who informed them they were also having similar problems with the road connecting the Keep and the towns of Kvothe and Aquitani. These two towns were in dire need of food due to this trade deficit. Talbot hired the heroes to escort a caravan to both Aquitani and Kvothe. The heroes made it to Aquitani and delivered their goods. Making their way back to the Keep, they stopped at the town of Kvothe and met a priest of Ogma named Livy. In his library, they found the remains of a Volo's guide. Inside of it was a map of the local area. They then went back to the Keep and celebrated the festival of green grass. Not sure of where to go next, the heroes consulted their newfound map, on which they noticed a strange location deep in the woods, labeled as the Caves of Chaos. They then left to investigate this mysterious location. When they got there, they found a huge canyon with a waterfall and stream running down the middle. The walls of the canyon are dotted with caves, and the area appears to be teeming with goblinoids. They entered the closest cave and killed an entire tribe of goblins and an ogre. The neighboring tribe of hobgoblins came down and investigated the carnage, while the heroes hid. The heroes were able to piece together that there is some sort of truce between the goblinoid tribes. They then retreated from the caves to report what they have found, first to Livy and Kvothe, then to Talbot, the captain of the Keep. Talbot also mentioned that somebody named Pascal from Silvery Moon is coming to meet the heroes in about a week. They then went back to the Caves of Chaos and killed an entire tribe of kobolds. They then infiltrated the hobgoblins' lair, killing the entire tribe and saving a few human captives. They left the Caves of Chaos and were met by a messenger who told them that Aquitania was burned to the ground by a little fire people. They then went to Aquitania and found a superstitious Uthgard tribe at the base of the mountain. They then assisted Francisco in killing the fire people in the mine and a fire snake, who appeared to be summoned. Then the heroes went back to the Keep. The Red Wizards came back from the Great Worm Cave and set up a Thayan enclave outside the Keep. The heroes then went to Olka to help Bernard locate their stolen woodworking equipment. They crafted a plan to catch the axe thieves. The axes magically flew away into a strange glade, and down a hole in a large tree, where they entered a strange new realm. They followed the axes to a fairy village, where the fairies claimed that they were trying to protect their village from Olka's logging. They came to an agreement to stop stealing the axes. Then the heroes saved the fairies from a giant toad. The heroes left the Feywild and learned that 15 days had passed, even though they were only gone for a few hours. They went back to the Keep, where Conrad the Red Wizard asked for a meeting with the heroes. He said there's a mysterious, powerful magical item in the area, and he will make them rich if they bring it to him. They then went to Kvothe and met with Pascal the Harper, who also offered to pay them handsomely if they bring the magic item to him. The heroes then went back to the Caves of Chaos, where they entered one of the orc caves, killing the entire tribe. Then they went to the neighboring cave and killed another orc tribe. The heroes then went back to Kvothe, where they discovered the town was attacked by lizard folk. They then went to investigate a strange location in the bog via boat with Alden, the leader of the town of Lullaby. The heroes found a small mesa in the middle of the bog. On top of it was an ancient ruined keep, like the Keep on the Borderlands. They discovered a tunnel system under the keep in the mesa. Inside of a sealed room, there were a handful of ancient letters, which were written right after the fall of the ancient Nethril Empire, 1,830 years ago. The letters were from the Keep on the Borderlands and told the chaotic environment after Karsus' folly. It mentioned that they found a mythaler, and were planning on moving it to the Caves of Chaos. The heroes now think they know the magic item that they're looking for. They then proceeded to kill the entire lizardman colony. They then went back to Kvothe, right after the town was attacked by bugbears and gnolls. Alright everybody, so last where we left off, we were talking with Livy, and of course the town of Kvothe was attacked, and of course, you know, they just got back from the bog and the small keep in the bog there, And Livy's standing there. People are trying to talk to him consistently, but you guys kind of went off into the temple for a moment to kind of get away from people because he's getting bothered by everybody. And he says, "So what are your plans from here? I know what my plans are now. Do you think I should actually be sending people to the keep? I mean, that might be a good idea."
I think that might be a good idea.
Especially the ones who can't fend for themselves. There's no reason for them to be here. And as far as the lizardmen go, do you think you actually took care of that, or?
From what we could see, that we did.
Perhaps some of you could go downriver to, what's it? What's the place called?
The only place you haven't been is Lullaby.
Yeah. Perhaps some of you can go downriver to Lullaby.
Yeah, that would be at least an easy way out.
At least you could stay with your trades.
Yeah, at least we could. At least we won't clog up the road or get attacked on the road by apparently gnolls and bugbears is what they said, and those are nothing easy to fight. Now, I've only fought gnolls before, never fought a bugbear in my life, but it doesn't sound good at all.
Why are you all still alive?
He says we fought them off. You know, it was a small little raiding party, and we fought them off. So they only really attacked the outer two buildings or so burnt. Only a few people were taken down. So this is serious. But luckily and there's actually more buildings. I actually even drew one that's off the building. There are actually buildings around Kvothe. That's the city center basically. And of course up north is a what do they call that? A lumber processing mill. So.
Is Tipperton going now? Or
I would have went off to check where the battle happened and just see what I could see there, but I'm not planning on going anywhere without telling you guys.
Okay. Just during social situations, I do have a link open to everybody in case they need to talk quietly. Did you want that information, Libby? That I found the letters.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I take out the letters from my book that on trying to preserve them and keep them contained and dry. Take them out carefully and I put them out in front of Livy.
He goes, "Oh man, I'm surprised you're able to get these here, especially in a bog. But they probably could have used the moisture." He kind of fingers the edges of it and everything, and it crumbles when he touches it. So he stops doing that quickly.
I unfortunately didn't have anything to preserve them.
I think you did pretty well, especially keeping them in a book. That was probably the best idea you could have done. But let's take a look here. It takes me a little minute to read Ancient Netherese, though. And he sits down.
I can translate for you quickly, as I have already done so.
Sure.
And I forward the information to him.
Okay. Yeah. No. He in all the information. You're not leaving out anything. Mm-mm. Let's see if he knows what a Mythaler is. That's so basically what I'm going to have to roll on here is if he rolls a 15, 16, 17, he knows what it is, and he knows generally speaking. If he rolls higher than that, he'll know a little bit deeper information.
He knows what it is.
Okay, well, cool, yeah. So he says, a Mythaler. That could be what Pascal's looking for.
I'm sure of it. How much do you know of them?
I know they're big magic batteries. That's pretty much it. I've heard they look like a big ball. I don't know how big, but I heard they're big.
There's more to it, and I forward the information that the Durhale knows to Livy.
Oh, the information on
the Mythaler.
Oh, okay. He says, this would definitely qualify as a very large magical item. I don't know if one would ever survive this long. You'd imagine somebody would be picked it off or something, but it's the only thing that indicates to anything.
From what I know of it, it possibly could have survived this long.
Oh, I most certainly would imagine it would survive. I just don't see that it would actually be able to not be taken by somebody. But
if it's well guarded, it could. Say for instance, the caves of chaos.
And that could be where. So where do you think this guy's sending letters to? I mean, what?
I switched to telepathy.
Yeah, or
telepathy as
from, I guess is really what it would be.
I switched to telepathy as Durhale gets a little tired of stuttering. I believe that this could possibly be in the Caves of Chaos, because he does mention the caves that were actually hollowed out specifically for the lower Netherese. Well, at the time, higher Netherese that became lower.
Yeah. That would only make sense. I mean, you did show me caves, so that's a possibility. I mean, I don't know how long this threat's going to last, because I can't have these people in the keep for that long. Having refugees in the keep, it'll work for a few weeks, but I don't know how long. So, if anything, if you guys could, I don't know what your guys' plan here, but if you could at least relay information on how work at the caves are doing or something. I mean,
Well, we fought plenty there, and I don't think there's too much left of them. I did, however, see a strange... Was he hooded?
No, he was definitely wearing black clothing, and it was a humanoid, and it was human size, so it wasn't an orc. It wasn't a goblin, it might have been a hobgoblin. I mean, they were humanoid size, humanish sizes. But yeah, I mean, it's tough to say. You didn't really see anything as far as...
It was too far away.
Specific.
Last time as we were leaving, I did notice a strange figure that didn't look like any orc or goblin or bugbear, possibly a man, standing up on the waterfall.
That's information that could actually provide useful. Could be the person that's behind all of it.
Do you think it's people?
At least a man, possibly.
Well, at least I can't, I don't want to insult the intelligence of orcs because I don't know it as well, but I wouldn't, humans have a little bit higher intelligence to organize things, so I wouldn't put it past.
Plus, there is the condition of the forest around the Caves of Chaos being twisted and everything. There's definitely something happening there that we haven't seen.
Twisted?
I show him
show
him what we mean by the pine needles and stuff like that.
Oh, he goes, yeah, that's not just a small magical spell right there.
No.
That was multiple?
That is actually... Now, I can theorize that this is possibly caused by the Mythaler itself.
That's not good. I will definitely send... Oh, we're going to send about 25 refugees back to the keep. I think that's a smart decision.
Or possibly, like I said, the other town downriver.
Yeah,
you can keep up with your fishing trade. And
that would be
that, and not just be a refugee.
Yeah, we wouldn't just be behind a wall. So at least we could, and then we can dart back if we need to, of course.
Keep in mind, I would suggest not telling the common folk of why they're leaving. Well, the real reason why they're leaving.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. There's no reason to tell anybody about the Caves of Chaos. They might never ever come back to Kvothe, so especially with a name like that. So,
well, mostly it's not a good idea for them to know anything about what we're talking about now. More or less so the Wizards of Thay don't hear about it.
Oh, for sure. Especially since you were offered. Yeah.
Where is Pascal?
He's actually gone back to the keep. Now that the Red Wizards are gone, he's back at the keep.
Oh, they're gone?
Mm-hmm. Well, the Red Wizards left, yeah.
Mm.
So...
So how would we give if they're not here anymore, how would we even give it to the Thay guy?
Oh, if you wanted to. No, he said he'll come back. He basically,
Well-
if you did want to actually, because of course you have two options. You can, or you can keep
Light
it,
side or
I
dark
guess, if
side.
you wanted to. But you can, you do have two options.
Freaking wizard.
Yeah. If you actually want to go side with the Red Wizards, you have to. He said to meet him in Mirabar. There's a permanent Thayan enclave in Mirabar, which is about 3 days travel. If you're wanting to, Pascal is apparently supposedly at the keep. So
Okay.
Pascal also stated that he was going to be staying here for a month or two, I think.
yeah. So he'll be here for a while.
Do you folks think that we should head back to the keep before pressing on?
What kind of condition are we in?
You're gonna be taking a long rest here shortly, so back to health, not back to full.
What say you both?
Let's see how we explore the. Let's rest here for what time of day is it?
It's close to night, I think.
Evening, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm not
Maybe
there.
we
You'd
should-
have to come find me.
Oh.
Okay,
I thought you said
let's transition over to
I thought
you.
you said you weren't leaving without us.
No,
Well,
no, no,
he's not
I'm
leaving,
not
leaving.
with the group, but I'm not leaving the town.
Yeah, he's
I went to go.
scouting, yeah.
I went to go check out where the
Gotcha.
battle had happened and see what information I could get.
Toby, who's there, doesn't
Uh-huh.
say anything.
No, yeah.
That's why I say both.
And yeah, once again, Toby is being ghosted. He, I guess I didn't mention that at the beginning. So Toby is ghosted. He might show up at a later date. So here we, let's go ahead and transition over to Tipperton. You go to the lumber mill and the few houses that were attacked, and some of which are actually, completely and utterly burnt to the ground. Others are, half burnt and they put it out, but heavy
Okay.
fire damage. But yeah, are we doing a tracking roll?
Yeah, just an 11.
Okay, excellent. And it's not really because it didn't happen very, very long ago. So you're able to actually pick up the target number is 10 to actually pick up. You actually pick up a bugbear tracks.
Okay.
There are knoll tracks, but the knoll tracks don't seem to go. You don't seem to be able to source them as easily, but you do find bugbear tracks for sure.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna check it out and then kind of keep scanning the horizon.
Okay.
And just make a watch until one of them come get me.
So as far as you're actually able to track it,
Oh, I'm not gonna follow it. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
I'm just there on the edge of town, kind of keeping an eye.
Okay, excellent. And you definitely have noted the trail, so, and we're going to actually do a weather roll, so, and this is going to be for tomorrow, but I guess you can forecast weather to certain degrees. So here's tomorrow's weather roll. 12 is bad, 1 is good. WFRP rules. Not bad. No, it's windy is what it is. It's no precipitation. So, and of course that precipitation is going to affect tracks, so. There we are. How are we sleeping?
Well, I think we go out and find Tipperton at this point.
Yeah.
And he's not hard to find. You see him out at the, and there's people rushing about and everything. So, but he's easily able to be found. Standing at the edge of the town, Kvothe.
So, Tiptoe, what'd you find?
Well, just verifying what the villagers said, and there was definitely bugbears and gnolls here. Judging by where the tracks came from, if they don't make too many twists and turns, they pretty much came directly from the Caves of Chaos, so...
Does it appear that they went back? Or did they move on anywhere else?
You said, I'm sorry.
Did it appear that the tracks went back to the Caves of Chaos? Or
Well, they're going, basically, and I can show you on the map here.
Or possibly
So they're
somewhere.
actually going this direction. The tracks are actually going off into this kind of blank area. Now, this blank area is a place where they've actually been harvesting timber. Kvothe apparently at one time actually had woods all the way up to it, and they have harvested timber all the way back here. So it's going into basically a clear cut is where the tracks, and he hasn't followed it completely, but he's kept an eye on it. So yeah.
Is that the direction of the other town that we haven't been to?
No.
No, yeah,
The other
Lubri's
one's
right over
way down
here,
there.
so...
Okay. Well, so maybe we should just take watch and
What
sleep
time is
here.
it?
Oh, it's 8. It's the sun's gone down basically
Okay.
by now.
I'm fine with camping here. Maybe go
Rest
out
up
to
for the
where it's
night.
not as damaged in the area, but yeah.
Okay. Of course, you have kind of an open invitation to stay at Livy's if you ever want to stay there.
I will.
If you want to actually camp inside. So yeah. You wake up the next morning, everything is perfectly fine. It's a bit windy, but other than that, it's not bad.
During the night, Durhill will actually return the book that he borrowed from Livy to borrow another one.
Okay, excellent. This one is on, we're going to say, this is an Ancient Netherese Poems.
Okay.
So, it's entitled Poems. So you wake up the next morning. There's a lot of hustle and bustle, and people, and Livy's actually very busy trying to actually get people together in boats. And you can see some people are going by land. You can see there's a couple people going by land. Most are going by boats, though, as your suggestion.
What should we do about our horses? We can't.
Is anyone staying in town, or is everyone
Oh, yeah.
leaving?
I'd say 25% of the town's leaving.
Okay,
That's-
so there's still a
yeah.
good amount of people here.
Livy was looking after him. Is he staying?
I'm assuming he'd stay to protect his library, but
You don't know.
go find out from
Let's
him.
go ask Livy.
Okay.
And he's basically going, like, okay, we only have 5 people in this boat, and then this one over here, this one's a little bit more rickety, so we're gonna only have 3 in this one. So yeah, he has his back to you.
Livy.
I'll handle this better. Hey, Livy. Sorry to interrupt, but we're going to be heading out soon.
You don't know how to fix a boat, do you? 'Cause we kind of ran in.
Check would that be?
Well, yeah, I would say it would be a repair boat check is really what it would be. It would actually be you have to have a woodworking skill is what it would be. You'd have to basically have trained in woodworking equipment.
Okay, so no.
None of you probably are.
No.
Okay.
We don't know how to fix boats.
Okay, well, just checking.
Barely know how to pilot one. Nope. But no, but we were going to be leaving soon, and we were wondering, is there going to be somebody that can tend to our horses while we're gone?
Oh,
Are you
yeah,
staying in town?
Of course I'm staying in town to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, of course. No, if you've kept them stabled here, we'll just keep them stabled, and no problem at all. So come back here if you're needing, and I will be here. I can promise you that.
All right. Well, we're going to be checking out the caves. Hope all goes well.
I
And
hope so.
And we'll be back here probably within a day or two. How long does it take to get there?
About half a day.
Half a day.
Yeah. So possibly we should be back in the evening or tomorrow.
Okay, excellent. Okay,
I'm actually going to. I suggest, talking to the group, I suggest we try following the tracks to make sure that they didn't leave a camp or anything else to leave a few behind or anything like that.
I also agree with that.
So I'll go ahead and go back over to the tracks
Okay,
and
to the tracks.
follow them.
Okay, excellent. You follow them to the actual woods here, and from there, go ahead and give me another track. And it's in your favored terrain.
Haha! I'm a
The good
frickin'
thing you're a
thing.
halfling.
Yeah, I'm a halfling.
Oh, yeah.
Roll ones.
I always forget about that.
Yeah, not much better. 14.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah. You're easily able to find a trail that basically goes into the woods, and you go for 1 mile. Tell me when you want to stop. 2 miles. And 3 miles. Then up ahead, there is a small clearing. And it's kind of a clearing. I wouldn't even call it a clearing. It is this right here. So, to describe what's going on here, you're coming... And there's more trees. Trees over here. So, you're basically coming from this direction. And up ahead, you see a small keep. And it happens to look like all the other keeps you have seen. You have seen 3 keeps now. This is the smallest of the keeps. The biggest of the keeps is the keep on the Borderlands. The second one, I would say. And they're almost exactly scaled down like those little Russian dolls. And this is a nesting dolls. And this is a small version of that. This right here is a sign a tiled sign. And here, which is really interesting, you actually see paving stones.
Really?
Yeah. This right over here, and you can also see there are remnants of buildings, and these are wood. This is wood right here. Now, the wood looks old. Year, 2 years, maybe? Old? Is how...
That's it?
Yeah, it's not too...
Figure more people would know about this place then.
Yeah.
Unless it's bugbear constructed.
So yeah, how are we approaching this place?
Stealthily.
Very stealthily.
Stealth.
Durhill
I
and Toby
actually,
will stay
Yeah.
far behind. At least,
I kind of put my hand up for holding. And then, well, we haven't done any pre-arranged shit, so I can't really do any of that. But so yeah, I just put my hand up, and Universal's time for hold
it's
up,
pretty
and then
universal.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
and then
Show me where you're going.
where do we come from?
You came from the corner,
where did we
basically.
go?
Yeah.
Where do we come from, Cotton Eye Joe? Sorry.
Hey, now.
Mellow.
All rights reserved.
Yeah.
Well, let's go into the trees and work our way around the back, you think?
Yeah, this whole area is full of trees, so I mean, he just didn't put it on there.
How full of trees? Well, he said it's kind of a clearing. So, I'm guessing the trees that we see.
Okay.
Derek,
I'm sorry, what?
chime in.
Yeah, but, where were we?
How much
Everything
of a
is
clear-
trees.
Everything's
except
trees
for-
or just
For the most
markings?
part, yeah, really. So there's trees here. I just, I have to, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
So yeah, nothing of note right there. There is a door, and of course the door is rotten away a long, long time ago. And if you're probably at your angle, you can see that there's a little bit of a tree inside of there growing. But yeah,
Keyleth, if you want to take the right side, I'll take the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll just slowly make our way halfway. Give a shout if you see anything worth shouting about.
Telepathy to both of you. Remember, I can only be within 60 feet of both of you in case you need to communicate.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it.
Okay.
We're just going to recon it.
Right. Just
back
halfway around and then come back. Take as much time as you need.
So,
If you're not back within 45 minutes, though,
you want me to go
we'll
this
come
way,
charging.
and you're going this way?
correct. Alright, still check.
Stealth check. 19 plus fucking 6. Sweet.
Jesus Christ.
25 on stealth for me.
okay, excellent.
And I'm working my way this way.
I got
Way
10.
downtown. Ow.
All right. Yeah, you don't see anything. Nothing seems to be alive here. Now, Tipperton is able to see over here. There is more. It's actually right here. There is a campfire that definitely looks recent. 100%.
I'll make a survival check to try to figure out how recent.
Okay.
$12.
12. That's 2-ish days. You know, around about 2, 3
Then,
maybe.
Yeah, that's nothing to worry about then.
This is actually a lean-to right here. So everything else right here is definitely a, it could be older because of course
Semi-permanent structure?
Yeah, semi-permanent. And then these right here, which are actually built off of permanent structures. There's actually parts of here that actually have stone walls that they're using the ruins as. But yeah, this right here is actually a lean-to. Therefore, it's canvas.
Oh, it's canvas?
Yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
that's newish.
Yeah.
So I don't see anything.
Yeah, well...
You know, I mean, we're gonna keep on going around until we meet up or something.
Go to there and then... you haven't said anything. I said to go halfway and then come back, so that was my original
Well,
instructions.
If we both went halfway, then we'd meet up, right?
Pretty much.
Okay, fine, if you want to. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Fourth of the way then.
I am
what I would
25
have been,
stealth,
so
though,
whatever.
so you don't even know where I'm at.
Shit, yeah. You hear me tromping around back there. Then, yeah, I guess.
We'll just meet up. I'll pop up.
As,
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a tracking roll. This is a separate one because there's bugbear and knoll tracks all around.
Oh, man.
2 on a
I am
halfling.
not paying attention at all.
So you definitely notice that
8.
there. 8's not bad. 8's not bad. There are bugbear and knoll tracks everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere.
So they're definitely using, and to myself, they're definitely using this area as a staging ground.
Now this one right here, and Durhal's behind some bushes, so you were able to see that this has writing in the Draconic script. It's actually made of tiles, so little
Draconic,
tiny.
don't
No.
Doesn't one of us? You do?
And you haven't run across actual Draconic, so Ancient Netherese is written in Draconic. So you haven't seen Draconic writing other than that.
Let's make our way back to the kid and tell them that they can come out.
I'm just going to go ahead and go straight through town then. Or straight through the
Okay,
keep
yeah,
area.
straight through, yeah.
If he's doing that, then I'm gonna start looking in some of these newer wooden.
So it looks like the buildings themselves may have been slept in recently, but they haven't been taken care of in a long time. At one time, these actually did have wooden floors. Go ahead and give me an investigation, just so we can see how much you see.
10.
10, okay. So you're able to see that they did have wooden floors at one time. They're kind of getting rotted out and everything, because of course they're directly on the ground. Yeah, I mean, it looks as though they have been used, but it doesn't look like they've been repaired anytime soon, by any means.
I'll make my way to the keep door.
Okay, yeah.
You said it's rotten water. Like, is it shut?
There's actually no
Okay.
wooden door, yeah. The wooden door is rotted away a long time ago.
So I can see in.
Yeah, and there's a tree growing right in the center, just like a
I'll
silo, yeah.
I'll investigate in there. 15.
15? It doesn't look like... Actually, there's not even a... there was paving stones in here, so it of course had a flat stone floor, but they've actually... The roots have buckled them up. Other than that, really nothing else is in here.
I'll back up front and wait for you guys.
Durham, if you want to come out, area's clear.
Okay. Me and Toby come up to the center of the place.
So it's...
Assuming you look at the sign.
You didn't tell me about the sign, which is over there.
Oh,
The
no,
sign's
it's
right
it's
here.
actually... It's in the...
Oh,
You're standing
yeah.
right next to it.
Okay, yeah. I guess I'll observe the sign.
So you can definitely tell that this is a way sign. This basically says this direction, and this it basically points into directions. There's 3 roads, and this direction, so toward the south, it says to Niho Serin.
Niho Serin.
Yeah, that's 2 words with a hyphen in the middle. Neho and then Serin.
Can I take some kind of check on that?
Yeah, I'll give you a check, and let's do all the names first, and then I'll do the checks. The next one says Kephaneus, and it points off to the east.
Kephaneus?
Yeah, so Kef, K-E-F, and then a hyphen, and then A, and then Neus.
East.
And then the one to the north says to the sacred shrine of the gods. Of course, in ancient Netherese. But if you want to give a linguistics check, basically, is what it would be on.
What kind of check would you want that to be?
I'd be history, I'd say. I think history should be diced up into 1,000 things, really, because that's
Right.
a too catch-all term.
That would be a 23.
23. So all you're able to glean from this is that those are definitely ancient Netherese names, and not names of people, but it would seem like names of places. maybe towns. Yeah, you're not really exactly sure, but one points to the east, one points to the south, one points to the north, and the ancient... The nice thing is that one at least tells where it's going, so yeah.
Do we have any educated guesses onto where we are to where they could be referring to? Like,
Yeah.
what, south
2
of us?
hours in, so yeah.
We went out this way, so whereabouts are we here?
We'd be about here, I believe.
Yeah, you're essentially, maybe a mile, 2 miles south of the caves of chaos. A little bit over, a little bit over here.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Actually
So
going
we can-
to
Hey, what's that?
make a
Is that
It's
stone?
more paving stone,
Okay.
yeah.
mark on the map of
Okay.
this area, and then maybe once the keep gets a little bit better bolstered, they could come out here and possibly reclaim it.
Yeah. We could assume that this direction leads to the keep. What did that say? Was in this direction?
To the east was Kephaneus.
Hmm.
To the north is the sacred shrine of the gods, which
North
is probably the caves of chaos.
Yeah. So it would be south. Oh, the south could lead to the other keep in the bog.
No, because
Possibly. I mean, in a roundabout way, but...
unless there's a bridge that comes over here or something, because there's nothing that goes across anywhere around here that we've seen. So unless we wanted to scout the river going that way, although if we remember too, when we go back to Kivik, we ought to ask some of the fishermen to see if they've noticed any old stonework that might have one time been a bridge on the river, and that would give us an idea.
Yeah.
However, a safe assumption. But it's pretty far-fetched at this time. We
Yeah.
would need more evidence first. As far as the south being Nihosuren.
Yeah. Well, it's strange that
Well,
nobody's
the
told us
tower to
about
the
this.
south in the marsh.
He said, we're not
Yeah.
far from the road, are we?
No, not far at all.
Maybe if
And
we,
actually, the small path that we follow from the road to the caves could have one time been paved. I mean, just overgrown with time, so
Yeah.
people just remembering the route by memory, I guess.
Well,
may be able to follow this paving stones to the north and maybe catch their tracks again.
yeah, perhaps you should scout out a bit further and see which direction they left. And
Yeah, you can definitely. And so you probably take about 10, 20 minutes or so, and then, yeah, go ahead and...
There you go. There you go.
And let's keep track of time, so let's see how far we've gone.
That's 3
now,
miles.
To the... And I'll tell you exactly where you are on the map here.
We can go 3 miles per hour. No, 2.5 miles.
So right there, and you're unhampered by the travel in the woods. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to get to where you are.
Okay, so
5 miles.
2.5 hours. 2 hours, sorry.
So 10 o'clock from when we left.
Mhm.
So they're
it's not even...
nine
noon.
and a half.
Yeah.
So check 24.
Oh, you're easily able to tell. And actually, from here, you can actually see that you're able to pick up all the tracks. So, of course, there's a bunch of tracks all throughout here. From you said you got above a 20. Did you get above 25?
24.
Okay, that's pretty good. So, a combination of bugbear and knoll tracks are coming from the north, kind of following this pave thing. Now, the knolls go this direction. The bugbears go this direction.
Oh.
And you follow the bugbears, basically. That the bugbears goes, checks out. So
But
In
heading
the sense
that
that
direction.
Out now.
that we're telling that they camped here and then left in those directions?
yeah, well, you're
So-
assuming that's assumption, but yeah,
Yeah, and actually you can
pretty good assumption.
Yeah.
tell based upon I give you a whole rundown of actual tracking.
Yeah.
But the path we followed was the bugbears coming up this way,
Yeah.
and then I found Knowles coming in from this direction.
From that
so
way.
they split up at one point in time. But then I've got both tracks going that way.
hmm
Okay.
You said that opposite. That
Oh, I
they came
did.
in from the north and then they left in those directions.
Well, I don't know exactly where. I guess you don't know exactly where they're coming in and coming out because you just see because they came in and out both directions technically.
Yeah.
So they've come and left both directions.
One would be
So-
more.
Well, I
more
mean, you
fresh.
deduce. Yeah, exactly. So,
So
of course, yeah, the newest ones
Follow 'em
go
that
that way. So yeah,
Okay, the
you go,
freshest ones
and
do
it's
lead
easy
in
to
the same direction.
yeah, it's easy to follow as you make your way to the north eventually, and it's about 1 hour, and then you all of a sudden just come out into the you see up ahead, or there is the trail, the path
road.
through the wood. Yeah. Everybody give me a perception check though.
Hey. Could call interference on this.
I guess I get a perception check too.
8.
I call that a 13.
Although I cannot be surprised.
Okay. Yeah.
17.
17. Okay. You saw it.
That'd be a 12 for
Okay.
Durhale, and natural 20 for Toby.
Okay, so coming toward you, so coming toward Aquatani, so basically following up the trail here, going this way, you see a small cart and a guy carrying the, kind of like leading the cart. On top of it looks like a bunch of barrels, liquid barrels it looks like. He's not close enough to identify by any means, but yeah, what are we doing?
Staying off the side of the road for right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess stealthily for all of us. Then. Or are we trying to be stealthy?
I'm just waiting. I mean,
Okay.
I'm
I am.
being quiet, but yeah, that's just me.
Math and things. 22.
Okay,
For
yeah.
my stealth.
Excellent. So I guess he gets perception, technically. So he got an 18.
He's paranoid as shit
Yeah.
walking through here alone.
he actually, he visibly does. He looks paranoid. His horses stop for a moment. You can tell he's not used to doing this, and he continues on. Eventually, you do see that it is, his name is D'Angelo. You've met him. He is the brewer. He has a wide face and wide-set eyes, and he has a little bit of an accent, and he is from Baldur's Gate. You've met him many a time.
I have?
Yeah, he's the brewer from Keeping the Borderlands. So every time you got beer, you got it from him, and he brewed it.
okay.
I'm
So
like,
yeah.
I didn't write down his name.
it's like I'm from.
Well, he's
It's
not
like,
really
you're
come up
saying
He's
like
not
this
a-
is
yeah.
an old friend of mine.
No, not at all, not at all. So yeah, you see him coming on, and he gets the horses going eventually, and he just completely.
Write his name down.
Now, did anybody get below an 18 on their hide?
I think I'm the
We
only one
didn't.
hiding.
hide?
Oh, okay.
I was just standing quietly on the side of the road waiting for him.
Okay. Eventually, he kind of looks over, and he scares the shit out of him. He literally screams like a little girl, and this is a very, very big man. And he runs behind the cart, and he gets out a bow, and he starts pointing in your direction and everything. And he says, "Who goes there? I know how to use this. I know how to use it."
You know, for as paranoid as you are, you should probably be going with a company rather than on your own through here.
He comes out behind, and he's still pulling, and he brings his bow back and undraws his bow, and he says, What are you guys doing in the woods? Like, off trail?
Our job.
Yeah, I guess. So what is your job, anyway? I can tell you I'm a brewer.
We know. You've served us many a time.
What's down south? What?
A mustering point for creatures that have been disturbing the area.
Creatures?
Bugbears and gnolls, specifically.
They did warn me. I don't know.
I'd pop out.
Where are you headed?
I'm going to Aquatani. I'm
pop
prepared
out
to
of
make
my
a good
hiding
amount of money. He says, "Is there any more
I
of you?"
just realized I was still hiding.
There's only the four of us. Let's see.
We're just adventurers on our way to the caves up north.
Yeah.
Is there any news from the east or west?
He says, "No, none yet. Nothing's really happened. The Red Wizard's left. I don't know how long ago it was you left, actually. So, yeah, I'm just kind of going to Aquatani and bringing some. Now, the unfortunate thing is that the caravans that went through here did get assaulted, so they said they couldn't provide me with, accompaniment, but of course the amount of money I'm going to be making on this trip is well worth it. So
Should we accompany him?
if you guys want to follow me.
18.
18 miles.
Now, I don't. Once you actually get me out of the woods, I know I'm safe. I know I don't need accompaniment past that. So, if you can get me out of the woods, that'd be appreciative. Of course, if you don't, if you're going the opposite direction, I completely understand.
Telepathy.
He actually gives. He says, "I can offer you a barrel of beer. It's a pony keg of beer if you want." That's not really that much. I mean,
Telepathy.
Telepathy. He's about to say something.
Telepathy. I mean, a barrel of beer isn't that great of payment for...
No, it's not.
But he said a
But
ton
how
of
far-
money. How about a gold apiece? See if he'd be willing to do that.
How far to the edge of the forest?
To the edge of the forest.
Oh yeah,
We got-
that's a little bit better.
Gold apiece, we haven't worked for that low in years.
It's more of a charity thing anyway. And the free beer.
I mean, how would you feel if we walked away from this and found out that he died?
I'd
just
feel
like
terrible.
those-
It's our duty to protect the
Yeah,
people.
just
I
like
would feel
those
terrible.
escapees that got recaptured.
Yeah. I already feel bad about that.
Yeah.
He says, even if you could get me like a portion of the
We're
way.
just standing around staring at each other, and he's like,
So it'd be 12. I mean, we would end up wasting the day and need to sleep on the other side and then come back in. So, well,
I say we
12
do it.
miles would
A
be...
rest would still do us good, even if...
True.
And I can get us to move a little bit faster and help him out a little bit. I don't see any issues.
Unless they come back.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot we can do against a full force party anyway. We've
True
been
enough.
kind of ambushing our way through the caves, so... What say you?
I say we take him to the edge.
It's fine with me.
Sir,
We're coming with you.
we appreciate the offer of the beer, and we will happily accept it. And if you wouldn't mind sweetening the pot with a gold apiece,
Oh yeah,
we can guarantee your way through here.
of course. No, that's four gold. That's nothing.
During the conversation we had in telepathy, could I gauge like how he was reacting as we were just staring at
Oh,
each
you know,
other?
he had no idea what was going on. That's why he broke the conversation. And so he was like, And what he thought, and as far as in his mind, and you'd guess this at least, because you've messed with this telepathy for so many years now, or 2 years, or however long you've been with the group, basically, is you gauge that you're basically kind of thinking amongst yourself and just eyeing each other, because you guys are like looking in each other's eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're not just like walking around like looking around. Hopefully not. I mean, tell me if you are, because I'll react differently if you do. So that's what I'm.
We should start
Doing that just
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I have to
Just right in the middle of conversations, we just start walking off, and then turn around, all agreeing.
Well, I have to remain within eyesight.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
But yeah, let's make out. Or not make out. Let's
Phrasing.
phrasing.
All right.
Make our way.
You make your way. What are you doing on? Oh, okay. So yeah, you continue on down the path. That whole entire day really doesn't take. There's nothing really out of the ordinary. So yeah, that's pretty much all you accomplish. You get to the edge of the woods, and you said by the edge of the woods it'd be actually nightfall, I'm guessing.
Oh, it's 12, so we go, what, 2.5?
2.5.
Yeah.
2.5, so 6, so... What? 5 o'clock, basically?
Okay, 5 o'clock. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know if you're diving back into the woods or.
It'd be 4.5 hours.
Might as well make up the time that we didn't.
Because
Might as well use what we have left of the day to.
And you are level 4 now, just to let you remind you guys. You are a little bit tougher than you used to be. Getting assaulted in the night, while you don't want to have that happen, you might want to have guards, but you're a guy.
We'll
Post a
keep
guard,
watch.
that's,
We always
that's not
keep
an
watch.
issue.
Yeah.
I only need. Wait.
you only
elves-
need 4
yeah,
hours.
I was gonna say,
to
I don't
sleep,
even need to sleep.
So pretty much we would take shifts
Yeah.
for your
Yeah.
4 hours.
Yeah.
I'd
Then-
take a morning, you'd sleep through the mid, and then Toby would take the mid.
Well,
or-
it'd be best for him to take throughout the night because he has dark vision.
Well, yeah.
So once his 4 hours is done, it'd be pretty much us breaking up a 4-hour shift
Mhm.
Yeah.
between
And then
the
I'll
three
take
of us,
the ladder.
and
And,
he takes the rest.
and truthfully, I'd be
So
willing
how
to
far do
take
we-
most of it.
So how far do we make it back into the woods?
Oh,
you said 4.5, so it'd be...
And it gets dark currently at about 8 o'clock now.
Well, so that's like 2 o'clock, so we can make it quite a ways.
Okay.
However, we do realize that it would be 6:30 by the time we get there. That's not a good time to assault versus dark vision creatures.
Well, yeah, no. I'm talking about just getting part of the way there. I'm not talking about
just
getting
using
all the
what
way.
we have the day.
Just using a little bit of the time.
Diving into the woods, basically.
Right.
I mean, we could camp outside the forest. Save us some time. I mean,
No,
granted,
that's
we
what
don't
we're
go
doing
back
is going
into-
back in to save us time tomorrow.
Because, yeah, as far as, like... I think their reasoning is so if they have to run out of the Caves of Chaos with a bunch of people running after, you want to be able to get out of the woods, basically. I don't know. I'm assuming.
Can we make it back to the keep that we found?
That would be
No.
pretty... Yeah, that'd be pretty hard. That's
too far.
very long ways.
Oh, really?
So so you get to the edge of the woods by 2 o'clock. You can get right underneath the Caves of Chaos. You can actually go a little further if you wanted to.
Really don't want to do that though.
Yeah, let's
Just camp about halfway up.
Yeah, you don't have to go
halfway
all the way.
halfway
Yeah.
in.
Halfway
we'll
in,
camp.
you camp? Okay, excellent. All right, so you camp. As far as the...
I'll take first watch, and I'll take most of it until I need to wake him.
All right, so you camp, and you, of course, take your watches. Nothing ends up happening in the night, and you wake up the next morning. And how you said you're going halfway. Okay, excellent. So I'm guessing going to the caves?
Yep.
Thank you for watching Keep on the Borderlands. Once again, please like and subscribe to Opportunity Attacks so you never miss an episode.